The math was pretty obvious, even when I first started to lay out the schedule for our 1991 Excellent Adventure. There will be a total of 148 days between the first day of the minor league season on April 10th and the last day of its regular season on September 4th. There were 152 minor league teams, so you can see the problem. Not only do we have to see more than one game in a day a few times, that number turned out to be 17 since we were also seeing some major league teams during the minor league season, but off days would be very rare. There were just two. One was planned. The other, as you're about to see, was not. There are a number of elements of the video that I'm about to show you that are not exactly professional. First, there's a filthy windshield that we're forced to look through most of the time. Second, the camera work is a little iffy. And third, the sound is spotty, comes in and out all the time. Although listening to the soundtrack, you'll be able to faintly hear Led Zeppelin's Going to California in the background, which is priceless. But the tape tells the story pretty well of our stop on April the 27th, 1991. Let's get started with it.
Here we are headed through the mountains of northeastern Arizona on our way to Albuquerque from Phoenix, and for the first time on Sports Tour, time is really working against us. It's a little after 2 o'clock right now. Here we have a horse next to the road. It's been an interesting drive so far. We took this route so that we could maybe make some decent time, and unfortunately it's been to the bottom of canyons and through slow towns of 25 miles an hour, and lots of speed traps, and not a very fast trip so far. Sue's been doing a good job driving.
I'm trying.
But elements working against us. Not only is the amount of mileage between Albuquerque and Phoenix a fairly daunting prospect, but also we have geography working against us. We are in mountain time right now. However, Arizona does not use daylight saving time, so when we cross the New Mexico state line in probably about an hour, we will be losing another hour. Since it's now shortly after 2, it will become shortly after 3 then, and probably by that time it will be closer to 4. Game time tonight, 7 o'clock. An hour later, and the mountains of Arizona have given way to the plains of Arizona. This has got to be one of the most diverse states in the country, if not the most diverse. We started this morning in the desert near Phoenix, went through the mountains up to 9,000 feet or so. Now we are in the flat part of northeastern Arizona. By the way, Sue and I are from New Hampshire, so we're not all that familiar with what tornadoes look like, but does this look like baseball weather to you? Me neither. Interstate 40 is fast approaching in Holbrook, Arizona. We are now roughly 3 hours from game time. Although if this weather keeps up and it's like this in Albuquerque, who knows what lays ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
Albuquerque 229.
Two pitches, 2 outs in the ninth.
It's now 10 minutes of 4.
Despite the leading here this afternoon, 21-3, it's only going to count.
Not daylight saving times here in Arizona. We're about to go into New Mexico, but we have a problem on Sports Tour, and the first one of its kind this way. What we're hearing on the radio right now
14-3 this year
is the 9th inning of action between the Tacoma Tigers and the Albuquerque Dukes.
After it gets up to 14, it doesn't matter whether you
That, however, is the game that we were supposed to be at tonight.
21. Here's a pitch swung and hit foul.
And Albuquerque still is 200 miles away.
This afternoon's 1 for 2. He lined to right, singled and scored and walked.
Hi, here we are in Red Rocks, Colorado. No, this is New Mexico, Red Rock State Park. And, basically, the scenario was this. You're driving along Interstate 40, and all of a sudden we hear the baseball game that we're going to tonight
So, what do? Well, we got out the Pacific Coast League schedule and decided that we would do some rearranging. The schedule is very tight on Sports Tour, but we did have a spot in August when we make it back to Colorado, and since Colorado Springs is scheduled to be our stop tomorrow, what we will do is instead go see Albuquerque tomorrow and then head down to El Paso as we were on the regular schedule. And in August, when we are in Denver, we will also make the trip to Colorado Springs. So we will stay on schedule, but for today we are in just a little bit east of Gallup, New Mexico instead of Albuquerque. And I guess we've learned a lesson from this, that it's always good. The reason that this game was switched, and it's sort of odd, this is a Saturday. Most minor league baseball games on Saturday are always played at night. But the reason this game was switched is there's a Beach Boys concert going on at Albuquerque Sports Stadium where the Dukes play, and so they moved the game up to the afternoon. And the lesson we learned from all this is we like to check before we go to each game and make sure that we're in the right spot. By the way, it's cold out. It's, considering we woke up this morning in the Arizona desert and we're sweating in our tent, it's down to about 30 degrees now, I'd say. And a very chilly night in New Mexico. I thought it was supposed to be warm here. But, guess we'll just have to bundle up.
Oh, to be 26 again. By the way, we woke up to a dusting of snow on our tent the next day, just as I did in Vermont 29 years later this morning.